I've finally reverse engineered the whole process of getting categorized on TikTok. And I'm going to explain why some creators get fine related content every time they post and other creators can get a categorization within minutes of posting. Now, this is Lil Baby and he's a massive hip hop artist. He gets categorized nearly every single time he posts. He's verified, he gets a lot of views, and he gets categorized as Lil Baby almost every time, and it stays for years. Now, this is Epic Catfish. He gets 1K to 5K base views, and he still gets categorized nearly every single time he posts, but his categorizations usually hold on only for a few days to a few weeks, and then they disappear. Now, this final account is just some random account that I found in the comment section that has fine related content every single time they post, and they're currently stuck with their views and they're not growing on TikTok because these are the only three scenarios that can happen with TikTok categorizations. The first one is you get categorized and it stays for a long period of time. The second one is you get categorized and then it stays for a few days to a couple weeks and then it leaves. And the final one is you get fine related content almost every time or every time that you post. Now, why does Lil Baby get categorized every single time that he posts? Because when people search for Lil Baby on the app, TikTok sees that he and his account are the correct result people are looking for when they search Lil Baby. And every time somebody uses a Lil Baby sound, it also gets directed back to his account. Not to mention when he gets tagged, duetted, and all the captions and hashtags are pointing back to Lil Baby, this makes Lil Baby an authority on TikTok. And the same thing is happening right before our eyes right now with Risa Tisa. The more she's searched and the more her specific account is the correct search query that people are searching for, and she gets a bunch of profile views, the more authority her account gains. And that's why she currently has her own categorizations for each part of her 50-part series that she put out. To make this point really hit home, think about websites on the internet on Google. Let's say you have YouTube versus a small local website. What you know about YouTube is millions and millions of people every single month search out YouTube, and when youtube.com becomes the right answer in that search query, Google knows that YouTube is a very authoritative website. It gets a lot of traffic, people come there all the time looking for answers, and they have a good time. They spend a lot of time on youtube.com. And so Google knows based on those statistics, those analytics, that that is an authority website versus a local website where maybe only 1,000 or 2,000 people per month visit that website. So when trying to rank these things in Google search, what's going to rank higher? A youtube.com website or a local website? youtube.com is obviously going to rank for because it has more authority. Okay, so how about videos and accounts that get categorizations almost every time they post, but they disappear? So these are one of the two reasons that you would actually get a categorization in the first place. Now, the first one is that your post is so optimized with hashtags, captions, and those things that TikTok can easily recognize what that video is about. Or the second reason would be because your account has enough authority in a singular topic and TikTok trusts the value of your video to be the answer to that small section, that small portion of TikTok. Okay, that explains why you'd get categorized. Now let's explain why you're getting fine related content. The first reason is the exact opposite. You are not optimized for anything that TikTok will categorize you for, or you do not have enough authority in any singular topic to become categorized. So first, I'm going to show you how to get categorized, how to optimize, and then we'll talk about how to get more authority towards the end. If you want to optimize and get categorized every single time you post, you need to first optimize your account in terms of your account name and your bio. And then on your post, you want to make sure that you're optimizing for your hashtags, your description, you're using TikTok captions, type some of these words on screen, and just be cognizant of the words that you're using so that you use the proper keywords for TikTok to recognize what you're talking about. So that's how you optimize, but you have to find 3 to 5 keywords first that you can optimize for. And here's how you do that process. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the search bar and you're going to search your niche and related topics in your niche. And then you're going to go ahead and filter for the previous 3 months so we get the most up-to-date data. Then you're going to go ahead and scroll through all of these videos and you're going to go ahead and find categorizations in the search bar that relate to going to talk about on your account. Now, once you have these 3 to 5 keywords, categorizations that you know of that are in your niche, you can then apply those to your bio, your account name. You can use them as hashtags, as words on screen. Make sure to use them discreetly in your descriptions. You can even say them. So what you're doing essentially is reverse engineering the language that TikTok understands and using that for yourself and speaking TikTok's language language in all of those ways so that TikTok can easily categorize your video. And what this ultimately does is it builds trust with TikTok because they understand what your account is about. And if you consistently post about that, they understand what audience they need to consistently send you. And once you have a viral video, they understand what your audience, potential audience looks like, and they'll show you to a bigger audience that fits those criteria. Now, to give you a real life example of that, I'm going to use my account. My account name is Angel TikTok Growth Secrets. I have TikTok Growth in my account name. My actual handle is TikTok Growth Secrets. My bio says helping businesses, keyword, and creators, keyword, survive the new TikTok algorithm. TikTok algorithm, keyword. So I have TikTok Growth, TikTok algorithm, business, and creator in my bio. TikTok understands those words and knows what those words mean. And then if you go ahead and look at my actual SEO on my posts, I use hashtags like grow on TikTok, TikTok growth, TikTok SEO, TikTok algorithm, content creator, social media. And I use TikTok captions. And the words that I type on screen, the things that I say in my videos, they all correlate and point to the same thing. And that's why I get categorized within 15 minutes of posting. Now, I always get this one. Okay, Angel, then explain why people can have no hashtags, no captions, not optimized, and still get millions of views and get categorized. Well, to put it simply, as we talked about earlier, their account has trust and authority that your account hasn't built yet. And their account has more authority than your average account on TikTok, which makes any video that they post rank higher on average than some of the videos that new accounts and accounts that are optimized and don't have any authority post. Go back to the example about YouTube versus a local website. If you're a new account or you haven't built that authority yet, you're the new website. The people like Alex Earl and these big accounts that get views every time they post, no matter what video length, no matter what filter, no matter what, they're more like YouTube, right? And so think about their video as a certain web page from youtube.com. The authority is already built into youtube.com, aka their authority. So anytime they post about something, which would be considered a new web page in this example, they're going to automatically rank higher than most average websites that are standalone a lot, like this local website, aka you or your new account. And you'll realize that those accounts get consistent engagement no matter what they post. And that right there is something that no amount of optimization or strategy can get you. And that's a loyal community based on your personality, your vibes, or a value proposition that is so strong that it creates a deep trust between the creator and its viewers. Think about the big creators that have a following that would follow them to any niche or anything that they talk about or buy anything that they put out. Now, an example of personality and vibe style creators are going to be the big lifestyle creators that you see on TikTok right now. Alex Earl, Darcy McQueen, Callahan Ram. Now, for what it's worth, they started a little bit more niche, like nail inspo or get ready with me, but now they can post whatever they want with whatever filter they want, whatever video length they want, because they have a loyal base following that will follow them and buy from them no matter what. Now, an example of value proposition creators would be somebody like Alex Hormozy or Gary Vee or David Goggins, right? Somebody like Hormozy or Gary Vee or myself, our value proposition is to be so valuable in a certain space, Hormozy and Gary Vee being business, myself being TikTok, that we build a deep connection and trust with our audience to be a valuable resource in that space. Now, somebody like David Goggins would be somebody that inspires in that same very way. And then you have music artists, comedians, and celebrities that bring their value proposition in the form of entertainment. And they have followers and viewers and a community that would follow them until the end, no matter what movie, no matter what they put out, what they do next, they're going to have a strong community that follows them. Now, in my opinion, especially if you're just starting, I think it's easier to be a niche down account because you have direction, and it's much easier to optimize when you have some sort of direction. However, on the other side of the spectrum with a personality and vibe style creator, the upside is going to be way more, because if somebody actually likes you and your vibes and your personality is what leads your content, if they go out and like you, you have the flexibility to do whatever you want and people will still follow you. And most creators fall on the spectrum of strategy and optimized versus personality vibes creators. Right? Mr. Beast, for example, is going to be a very strategic, optimized creator. But a lot more people like him now because of his personality. He's probably somewhere in like the 70-30. He's so hyper optimized. His ideas are perfect. The way that he edits and all of those things are hyper optimized in strategy for the YouTube algorithm. But You also have the people that just love him because he's Mr. Beast. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, you have somebody like Alex Earl, who really isn't paying attention to the strategies and optimizing her account and doing those things, but instead people love her based on her personality, based on her vibes, and based on the feeling that they get when they watch her content. So identifying this for yourself is going to be an extremely important part of your content creating journey. I understand for me personally, I'm probably an 80-20, 80% optimized and strategic and niche as opposed to a personality. Some people would say that they like my energy and that I feel a lot like a big brother or a mentor, and that's the kind of vibe that I want to give off to people. But you have to find that out for yourself and actually aim to be those things. And so ultimately, this is how I would break down this whole video, this whole scenario. The ability to get categorizations on TikTok is a trust metric. The ability to keep categorizations on TikTok is an authority metric. And the level that you accomplish these two things tells you a lot about the health of your account. Now, if you want to see how Reese Atisa grew 3 million followers really fast on TikTok, go ahead and check this video right here.